Hello everyone and welcome to today's No FOMO Charts, Crypto and Stocks TA Charts video. Today is July 2024, Saturday, just after 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a swing trading, position trading, and investing charts video and YouTube channel. I am No FOMO Charts. I'm on YouTube, X, and TradingView. Let's start off with crypto in this first half. 5 spot Ethereum ETFs are scheduled to launch and begin trading on Tuesday, July 23rd, 2024. Hopefully, there are no setbacks and delays. Bitcoin retail demand metric hits their 3-year low, and Google search interest is down negative 57% since March 2024 all-time high. Binance US crypto exchange was ordered by a judge to invest their customer assets into USA Treasury bills and also to transfer all of their crypto to a separate third-party custodian. JP Morgan analysts say that Bitcoin's production cost is about 43,000 US dollars and believes Bitcoin can rally in August after a July sell-off, but that the rally will not be sustained long-term in their opinion. Let's start off with the charts total. The charts or my internet are a little bit glitchy today. It's not loading properly, so I might have to reload it several times. So let's start off with total. Now, total, we had a nice rally, bounced off of support of 1.9 trillion about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. And now we broke through 2.1 trillion and approaching 2.4 trillion. The continued resistance upside targets are 2.5, 2.6, and 2.7 trillion. Understand we're in a channel that could be a continuation channel. What happened in June was a fake out breakout. Is fake. The Ethereum ETF was delayed. Now the Ethereum ETF looks like it's real. So I'm watching to see if this price of the entire crypto market cap will break out, retest, and continue. We push up to 2.7 or higher trillion dollar market cap because we are not overbought yet. There is some momentum. You know, anyone entering right now at the time of this making this video is a little bit behind. I entered in 1.9, 2.1, and the 2.2 trillion range, loading up for the next move. Now, on the weekly chart, I like that we bounced off of 45 RSI. The MACD starting to build a little bit of bullish momentum. We bounced off the 50 EMA basically, and there's no shooting star or hanging man or doji candle yet. The 4-hour is up crossed. I like this golden cross on the 4-hour. We're also golden crossed on multiple time frames, 1 hour and 15-minute as well. So we need all crypto prices to keep rallying if this rally is gonna be the real one. Now, what crypto quant data was saying, which is correct in my opinion, is the volume is much lower than the all-time high rally in March. This volume is much lower. And I could use one of my indicators that I like. It's called current volume. Just helps to see the numbers. Or you can open up the data window here. And we'll see that we're only about 134 billion volume right now. The all-time high back in March was 485 billion. So, you know, 3 to 4 times higher. That's the top, however. So we could be seeing the slow increase of that volume, and that's what I'm watching out for. Very important. Just know that the day trading bots and algos, they might have a little bit of short-term sell-off if anything goes wrong. Okay, so let's look at Bitcoin USD. Bitcoin USD also had a nice bounce. We had oversold on July 4th weekend. I entered in at 55, around 59 and 62,000 as well, because I'm loading up for the next move. That's what traders are doing right now. So understand that it's still golden up cross. That's okay. We bounce off the tested the 200 EMA. I like that because that has not happened for almost 1.5 years, almost 1 year from now. The only problem is we need strong continuation and lots of volume to break above where? 69,000, 70,000. Little pullback is okay. I was thinking back in my mind that we might get this upside down head and shoulders. That actually didn't happen. We had a really mini one testing the 50 EMA, still in the golden up cross. 4 hours golden up cross, 1 hour's golden up cross, 15 minutes golden up cross. We just need continued rally, break above the all-time high. We're still in golden up cross on daily and on weekly as well. So it's just a volatile period in the history of Bitcoin, and we need to just not have a fake out in the price. Watch out for some day trading day trading shorts. Okay, Ethereum's also in the 4-hour up cross. I like it. The daily chart, we bounced off the support of 2,800. I entered long 28, 3,000 and 3,200 as well. Now, Ethereum, you can see it's in a larger term triangle. It almost became a descending triangle, but it survived. I like this RSI, still not in the extreme overbought range. Volume is still pretty low, and we'll see if people gain confidence in the next month or so. I think the sell-off really spooked off and scared off the sentiment for most people. But once we see a lot of green, then people are going to come back into this market. Only problem is we're right under the trend line that I drew right here. This X, we're under that trend line. So until we get over that, we need to see all-time highs for people to get really excited about crypto. We'll go faster here. Binance coin tested its 200 EMA. This is simple. I just put up a Fibonacci, low to high, and now I have easy targets. We bounced up to 50%, approaching the 236, not even close to overbought on a daily or weekly. 4-hour golden up cross just started a few days ago. We've been hourly up cross on 15-minute and 1 hour as well. So I want to see some continuation. It'll be unfortunate if we have a flash crash dump all the way back down. That's worst case, bad case scenario for me right now. I don't think that's going to happen right away unless there's really bad news. So my upside target for Binance is 625, 660, maybe see 700 again this year. Solana, the leader of altcoins right now. We had this double bottom of 126. So bought some Solana actually about the 140 to 145 range, played this breakout, which is beautiful. Got a nice 20% right to my target. X marks the spot on the top side. Beautiful. Now, understand what is the pattern here? What's the pattern? So we're testing resistance on the top side. We bounce off support on the bottom side, which is all normal. Very similar to Ethereum. Did this target complete? 19%, almost. So the target should be 183, probably 190, maybe even 200 as well if I'm patient. There could be some pullbacks on the way up, but we'll see. Now, on the daily chart, again, not quite overbought. 4-hour golden up cross. That's why we're rallying everybody. If you're a swing trader, 4 hours important. 1 hour, the 1 week. This is not quite a cup and handle, but it could be just rounding bottom, right? It's not textbook cup and handle. But I like this. We'll see if we're going to break above 200. If we break above 250, 260, I mean, that's when people are really going to FOMO into Solana. But for now, we're still in this parabolic move on Solana. Just bounce off parabolic support. And I like this weekly double bottom if you can see it. So we really have to sustain and hold above 200 or we're going to get a drop. XRP had a nice bounce off of 41 cents. We rallied a lot on XRP. The only thing I like about XRP, I'm going to go faster on these charts, is we're potentially breaking out above the weekly resistance for investing, right? We broke above that. Now we broke above this particular trend line on the top. Just barely did it. So that's why people are getting excited. It's right at some kind of X marks the spot crossroads right now. So I need to see sustained. It could pull back all the way down to 50 cents. For sure, we cannot go below 40 cents. It could pull back to 50 cents, just retest this a little bit, maybe 52, and really keep trying to go higher because this was a very large symmetrical triangle. Okay, I need a refresh here. Let's go to Dogecoin. Dogecoin, all right. I'm bullish on Dogecoin. Why? If you go all the way out to a monthly chart, this is a very long-term investing chart. We have a very large MACD histogram that's been building for 2 years. RSI in the neutral range. What do I like? Possible psychological cup and handle. We retraced all the way to 50 monthly EMA, and there's a hammer from last month. Wow, it's good. Weekly, neutral RSI, little bit of momentum, bouncing off the weekly 200 EMA. I went long Dogecoin and Shiba Inu right here, because I believe if this is a cup and handle on a weekly, this could be a massive move coming up for Dogecoin. I could be wrong, but it's still in the formation stages right now. We just bounced off a daily oversold and testing the top side resistance right now as I'm talking right now. So I need to see a larger breakout. Eventually, it doesn't have to be tomorrow, but eventually sometime to test 16, back test 13 or 14, and then really blast off. Once that happens, you're going to see a lot of FOMO pumping into the market. Cardano, blank chart. Cardano is kind of similar. The weekly, the monthly hammer candle, not quite a perfect cup and handle, but maybe. It is under the weekly EMAs, which is bad. So it's worse than Dogecoin. We're still on a downtrend on the daily chart. So you can see not every altcoin is bullish on the charts. I'm still in Cardano though, just because of the correlations right now, but 4 hours up cross. So that's a good thing. Cardano has a lot of work to do. It has to rally all the way basically up to 60 cents. That might trigger the golden up cross here. But I do like that it broke above this resistance point. We rode it down for a while and then we bounced off from it. So resistance 50, 55, 60, definitely cannot go below 40 or 35. Shiba Inu on Binance. So very similar to Dogecoin, this could be like a dog coin correlation. But on the monthly chart, this is looking like some kind of cup and handle to me. That's what I think this is. But this monthly, so it could take like 2 years, 3 years to play out. But Shiba Inu is so cheap. I like that it established this monthly candle. Last time I saw a monthly hammer was down here and down here. Last time I longed Shiba Inu was down here, around 700 range or so. And so this could be some kind of deep retrace, the 0.88 retrace. If that holds, it's good. Weekly as well. There should be there's an imaginary, red line down here. It's 200 EMA somewhere. It hasn't formed yet. But also the trend line support. You can see it. So I like that. I want to see this morning star type of pattern. Blast this off to about 3,000 SHIB. That's what I want to see happen in the market. It's still daily downtrending, so that's why it's risky play. But it is Shiba Inu, and if this is right for me, this is probably gonna be a huge move. Incoming, possibly hundreds of percent. If it goes, if it doesn't, that's fine. Have a small risk, small stop loss on the bottom side for now. So it doesn't. It's okay. Everything's fine. Last one, Link. For crypto, I'm going longer because I believe something's happening. So Link on the weekly, again, we had this scary looking head and shoulders, but we happened to bounce off the 200 EMA above $12. It's still in the golden up cross. I'm going to give it one more chance on Link. We can see it's also in that type of descending triangle type of pattern, but the upside target should be $17, bullish side 21. If we fail, if we sell off below $11, I'm out of Link. But again, it looks visually like a cup and handle. This is sort of what the S&P 500 looked like, if you can see this, right? If you're a perma bull, this is good. The only thing that can make this go wrong is government and corporate interference, like lawsuits, law changes. If any trading or mining gets banned, this is obviously going to crash. But if the Ethereum ETF getting approved and potential capital inflows later this week or this year could be good for crypto. So long term, the summary is long term, I'm still bullish on crypto, all altcoins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. Medium term, it is a little bit high relative price because we just bounced off a 2-week low. Short term, we could see some sell off because some of the shorter term RSI might get high overbought this week. So short term might see a little bit of red. Medium term might see a little bit of sideways. Long term, I'm hoping we go green. All right, let's go. To stocks, everybody. Welcome to the stock section. Might go a little faster here. Today is July 20th, Saturday, just after 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stock earnings is underway. We finished the finance sector, big banks, some of the airlines. Unfortunate, there was the global tech outage on Friday overnight. I was watching that. Unfortunately, good thing it didn't hit my computer. It only hit about 8.5 million Windows devices. We'll get to that later. So, who is reporting earnings this week? We have Verizon, Coca-Cola, GE, UPS, the big ones, Alphabet, Tesla, very important. Texas Instruments, Visa, important as well. AT&T, Chipotle, watching that because they've been in a downtrend. AbbVie, Dr. Pepper, Southwest Airlines, due to the outage, 3M, Colgate-Palmolive, and more. Important economic data, very important. Advanced GDP and core PCE price index. That's the GDP, global domestic product, gross domestic product, for USA. And PCE price index is the main inflation marker that the FOMC is watching. We need to see this go down, these numbers. G20 as well, consumer sentiment, durable goods, unemployment claims, services, manufacturing, existing home sales. Now, the news, we're in stock market earnings season continues. June retail sales data is unchanged, but it was better than expected. It was not negative sales data for retail, so that was good. Fortunately, the global CrowdStrike tech outage affected 8.5 million Windows devices. Microsoft said it's less than 1% of global Windows PCs, but that affected enough businesses worldwide. That is one of the worst IT crashes in history. Very bad. Now, according to the data, some investors are expecting interest rate cut in September, November, December due to slightly improved inflation and labor data as well. Okay, let's speed up here. So again, some of the charts are glitched out today. Could be my internet or the app, but at least it's still working. So let's go to SPY. Now, SPY, if you just watch the crypto, this is a completely different story. We had bearish divergence for about 2 weeks. This is why we're selling off in the market. The price was going up. We're losing momentum. We were losing momentum for about a month. Now, the sell-off, I'm short right now. I am short several sectors and stocks. So once we lose this yellow trend line on the downside, that's how traders and investors know it's time for a sell-off. This is the first significant sell-off for about 3 months now. Now, at some point, if it's going to be regular algorithmic trading, we should get a bounce back up, retest to about 555, depending on the earnings. So the two scenarios, bullish is we can bounce back up, try to retest, ride the bottom part of this range if earnings are very good for weeks straight. If it's mixed, we can go sideways. But if it's bad, 50 EMA is my next target. To downside, 540, 530, 520, Watching that. Weekly as well. Larger bearish divergence. This might not be the absolute top. Could be a small relative top, but I'm seeing an evening star pattern on the weekly chart. The monthly chart for this month could be a shooting star. It's only about halfway right now. The 4-hour chart looking like it might want to test this 200 EMA. It's getting to that oversold range. 1 hour's death crossed, 15 minutes death crossed. The 1 hour's oversold. So that's what I'm saying. We could get a bounce if some of the initial earnings are good. So the initial bounce could be about 551. And once we lose 548 support, then I'm looking for more downside. QQQ, Nasdaq. Again, we had this large bearish momentum divergence that was building throughout June. I was saying potentially this could be bearish. And I actually remember I shorted Nvidia and then I shorted several other stocks in the past couple of weeks because we're just getting too high. Getting too high. Warren Buffett indicator hit 2. There's only about maybe 18 to 20% more upside we can get before sell-off. We're heading right into earnings. The risk is too high. So risk-off mentality. There is a rotation into small caps, but now it's just risk-off mentality for some traders. Weekly, it's evening star, bearish sell-off. We might get that bounce again on the daily chart, but we're trying to test the 50 EMA, which is about 472. See if we can get a bounce up to 487 this week. If it doesn't, looks like the next level of support down really is about 455. The 4 hour, it's getting to the oversold range. 1 hour getting to the death cross range. Oversold. So we might see a little intermediate bounce here, but I'm still bearish in general until we get earnings. Now, we did have a rotation into smaller caps like Dow Jones and Russell 2000, but it looks like we're back testing the resistance ceiling at about 402.86, 402.86 area. You can see we got overbought a little too fast, broke out of here. So high, low, high, low. We're establishing the higher low. Could be about 401 or 396. Either one of those is still acceptable as a higher low to try to catch the next short and then next bounce as well. The weekly chart, what I don't like about this is it's a shooting star last week, so that's not good. But so it looks like it wants to back test the 400, maybe 396 if we have a bearish scenario. What I do like is there's still room for this to survive. It's just the dynamics of trading. Rotation, we went from tech to small caps, and then people were just saying, never mind, we're out. So that's the mentality. IWM Russell 2000, similar pattern. Evening star bearish pattern right here. We have the shooting star just below 226, and we're going to see high, low, high. Where's the next higher low? Could get support around one of these gap fills, 214, 215 area. Weekly chart, just barely starting to break out of there, so it's not as bad as that was the monthly chart. Weekly chart, not as bad as it looks, but we have a shooting star. We had a symmetrical triangle breakout. Do we hit that target? Conservative target 5%. We went 2 times the target, so that's why we're selling off. So understand, looking like it's going to pull back. 4 hours still in the up cross. That's good. As long as we survive earnings, should be all right here. US dollar is we're hitting this support level, and it looks like it wants to rally. If we put up a Fibonacci low to high, 50% retrace, next level is 104.65 to 105. If we break below 103.73, might short the dollar. US oil, this is a head and shoulders. There's a lot of global sell-off the past couple days, the past couple weeks. 3% to the downside target for the head and shoulders. That would take us all the way down to 77.04. If we go 6%, that'll take us back down to $74. If we have a Fibonacci that corresponds close enough, EMAs or Fibonacci zone. Now, if we happen to reverse on some good news, $79, $80 is the top side. Natural gas, this is an interesting trade. Interesting. The fact that we hit the support zone, technicals do not always work on energy ETFs, but psychologically, there is some support here. It got oversold. The weekly has a hammer candle. It would be interesting if this turns into a double bottom. That would be a nice reversal trade. We just saw that happen with Starbucks. This is just a little trade review. I'll get to that next. But very similar. I wonder if that's going to happen. So the next gap fill could be about 1510 or 1625. But we need to see a lot of volume and sellers here, maybe a double bottom and uptrend reversal if it's possible, because it's just so low. But it can keep crashing. Understand the 1272 to the downside is 1166. So that's what I'm trying to play. Either 16 or 11. That's a huge range. Now, quick pit stop. Let's go to Starbucks. This is just a trade review. I did short Starbucks, and then I switched to long on Starbucks. So I shorted Starbucks down to the support level, and it's kind of reminding me of natural gas. Not exactly the same, but this is what we could get, a short squeeze type of mentality that retraces. Interesting about Starbucks is maybe it's a death cross, but maybe this could be that W, just like I'm talking about. Maybe we might get that with natural gas, but it's going to take a long time, like a month or two for this to play out. From bottom to top, it took 1 month, and then to double top, it took another 3 weeks. So just watch out for that. Gold had a rally. People are bullish on gold right now, but it's back testing. Have this evening star on the daily with the gap down. That's not good. Gap back down into the resistance zone. So gold to me is just consolidating right now. Probably next level down is 219.94, 217.84. And until it meaningfully breaks out into one of these directions, either above 226 or below 210. That's when we're going to see the real move. Silver as well is very choppy. Let me clean this up. So for me, I like to keep it simple. Just put like one trend line, maybe two trend lines. Even do this if we wanted to. I'll keep it even more simple. Use extended. And just understand that we had a head and shoulders resistance zone. Rejection down to next level support. Just keep it simple. So if it breaks down, there could be 8% more breakdown to the 200 EMA 2443, longer term swing trade. High, low, high, low, high, low, lower high. So maybe a lower low. If we lose the support of 2637, we could bounce off just like gold. We could be range bound. So upside target could be also 28 if it happens to reverse. Copper as well. Keep it simple. This chart looks like Qualcomm to me. We'll flip to that next. Copper in the downtrend, right? We are not uptrending on copper anymore. It's downtrending, had a lower high weekly, reversal to the downside, just like what I'm thinking is going to happen on silver. $26. The global news was not good for copper anyways. That's why we had a sell-off. We're not going higher for now. So we lost the initial trend line. You can see that. Then where's the next level of support? So it could bottom out somewhere, maybe 25, 24. Traders are probably going to push this down to all-time lows this year. For this month, you can see the 618 zone is about 25.45. So I'm going to put an alert there. Remember, everyone, just Alt-A, 24.45 every time. Copper, 0.618 potential entry zone. Just make it easy. And that's what I'm looking for. So support to downside 26, 25.40. Resistance, if it happens to break up to the upside, like if we get a double bottom, upside down head and shoulders, or upturn reversal, or V-shaped recovery. That's 4 scenarios. 27, 33, 28 is my upside target. All right, let's go to Microsoft. I'm going to go a lot faster. Rapid fire. So just understand what happened. I could just draw one line, turn off all the indicators, draw one line, and understand we are right at that support level on the trend line. Draw a resistance line on the top side, connecting as many points as I can. Understand where I support. So support sometimes holds until you have the breakdown. We have not had a breakdown of support for this entire year. Every support has been 3 out of 4 times, right? This is the 4th time. So maybe there's a 25% chance that we're about to crash on this, depending on the earnings. This is the pullback, right? So I'm very closely watching. 430 is support. Once we lose that retest breakdown, I'm shorting this thing. Doesn't matter. I mean, earnings does matter, but that's in about 2 weeks from now. So that's why people are just play the resistance to the bottom. But am I going to open up the short now? No, because it's going to be potential support level. So just watch out for that. Support 430, next level down 408, 387 if it's really bad. I'm going to go bullish if we have a reversal and the earnings are great. You can see next target is like 480 3 months from now. Okay, Nvidia. Nvidia as well. Now, people were bullish on Nvidia. SMH ETF had a double top. So did Nvidia. That's why sometimes I like looking at a line chart. If you look at a candle chart, it doesn't look like a double top until you put on a line chart, and then actually it is. It's a little trick there that I like to use. So once we lose the lower high, head and shoulders as well, there's 2 bearish signals. What's the measured move? 8% to downside, hit the first target. 16% to downside, next target is 106. But just because we fell out of this trend line, it could retest. Investors, traders really want to make sure, is this going to be the real one before the crash? So support has to hold for the bulls. You could see that we're playing these 3 levels right now on Nvidia. It's 135, 117, and 106. We're in the middle right now. It could be a double bottom in the formation. You could see it's just barely holding this support of 117.25. So that's why. I shorted back 130 at the upper 130s over here. It was painful to hold through this, but we'll see what happens next. To wrap things up, Apple still in the golden up cross, just riding that lower support line. If I tighten it up, just bouncing above that. So we know we'll be in trouble once we lose 217.59. Excuse me, 217.59. Okay, it'll watch out for that on this side. Still in the uptrend channel. Sometimes if you go to like Netflix, for example, Netflix has been in this amazing uptrend channel for like 2 years. So that can happen on many stocks. Amazon, we had the sell-off. I saw that news. Jeff Bezos sold $5 billion, I believe, in the past month of Amazon. And we had that resistance about 201. Broke out of that resistance. We came back down into the support zone. And now we're actually below. See this? Very quickly can the selling change. And it's happening because it's too high. The prices are too high right now. That anyone, with millions or billions in the market wants to take their profit. We've gone up so high for 2 years, 3 years, 1 to 3 years, right? So it looks like the resistance level could be about 187 and then maybe back test. Support 168, 179, resistance 188, 196. Let's go 2 more. Meta in this type of choppy triangle. This is a very choppy trade. I don't like seeing price action like this because it's not even a clean consolidation. It's like rally, downtrend, rally, downtrend. So somebody's just selling. Meta. This one I got to opt for the weekly. Okay, I see some bearish momentum here on remember this is formerly Facebook. We had such a low 92, right? It's up 500%. So it's still in the golden up cross, but if we don't go above this resistance 544 this year, most likely going to retest the 427 or lower. Just watch out for that. All right, last one, Tesla. The only thing I could say good about Tesla right now is it formed a golden up cross. That has not happened since July 2023, 1 year ago. So you could see maybe we're going to get this exact type of price action. People are going to try to play a little bit higher, wait for the earnings release that's coming out in just 1 week, or this week, excuse me, a couple of days from now, 3 days to be exact. So if it's good earnings, we might see a little bit more continuation. So the 268 level is 268, 270 is the resistance on the top side. If we break down below 234, it's going to be interesting, right? It's going to be interesting to see if we break down to this 207 level. Now, the long trade, mega trade of this upside down head and shoulders, symmetrical triangles over to me now. So I'm just looking, where's value on Tesla? Value is $200 Tesla. If it ever comes down to there, assuming the earnings are actually okay, then it's an area of value to me, 200 or 185. But I'm not going to touch this. I don't play pre-earnings. So I'm just going to wait till the earnings comes out. Then I'll make my decision for a long or short or call option or put option. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you like this video, go ahead and click subscribe. If you have a request, just let me know in the YouTube comments. I'll try to check that. And happy trading. Just beware. Just beware of earnings season. Let's not underestimate earnings for stocks and the breaking news catalyst for crypto. Thanks, everyone. See you in the next video.